A few days ago, I saw my friends talking about a certain situation regarding Dreamtonics on Twitter. So, Dreamtonics is the developer of Synthesizer V, a Vocaloid software, and it's also the main one that I used. A lot of people were angry at this tweet by them promoting a video of a music producer talking about their product. So, as you can see, the like to dislike ratio is not the best. I'm not going to go into the first part of the video because that's where she gives a walkthrough on how to use the software. And I think she did a good job. But the part that pissed people off is when she started talking about AI art and how AI can be used in music. You know, I find it funny how she decides to ask for your support right before she gets to the most controversial part of the video.
Recently online, I've been seeing a lot of hate over artificial intelligence and its relation to art. You know, in the visual space, there's a lot of interesting stuff happening with like stable diffusion and so on. And, you know, the results of this software are really phenomenal, especially when it comes to more stylized art, you know.
If you're gonna defend AI art, then at least pick some good pictures. I mean, this dude looks like he needs an eye surgery. This girl doesn't look that much better.
A lot of people are upset and it really frustrates me. The reason it frustrates me is because they're really kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. You know, they're not really seeing past their nose in a sense. Like, there's so many possibilities that this AI can have towards your art.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of stuff artists can benefit from thanks to AI. But personally, I think what artists really need is for AI and the people who use it to just stay away from them and stop exploiting their art without their consent.
One thing that many people are saying is like AI is going to steal work from artists and people are going to turn to AI rather than paying, you know, an artist to do their work. But let's be honest, the reality of something like this is that an artificial intelligence is not going to really take away many jobs, in my personal opinion. And I say that because people who would rather go to an artificial intelligence to get some visual art rather than an artist are people who would probably not pay to begin with. Rather than using an AI to generate art, they would probably just steal the art that you've been working on, crop out your logo, maybe do a few edits and then post it as their own.
So, first, you say the reality is, but then you follow that up with, in my personal opinion. Well, I guess reality is whatever you want it to be now. So she basically saying that even without AI stealing art, things would have been the same anyway, because the scumbags would have found another way to steal art. Well, this is incorrect. Art theft has always been an issue in the artist community, but the level does not remain the same after AI art becomes a thing. In fact, art theft has become easier and more rampant. That's why artists are becoming more responsive to the situation now. Because if it still happens at the same level as before, then they would have been like, well, yes, this is just art theft, but with robots now. Well, it's not just art theft. Now we have AI engines that can remove. She also says that not a lot of jobs are gonna be lost to AI from human artists. Well, we don't know that yet, but here's an interesting thing that I found out. So there's an audio company called Audio. If you are a music producer who relies on sample libraries, there's a good chance that you have heard about them. And well, when I look at their website, I see that a lot of sample libraries use AI generated artworks for promotion, like all of these are made by AI. This was also confirmed by the company itself on their Twitter account. And I think what this shows is that if a big company uses AI generated artwork and the general public doesn't care, as well as the usage of this kind of art doesn't affect their profit, then it's just a matter of time before other companies follow suit. If using AI art saves the company money and doesn't affect their image, then why would they not do that? If this becomes normalized, then there are less opportunities for artists to work with big clients, which can hurt their career.
I think many annoying tasks and jobs in art that are really frustrating are going to be sort of automated away a little bit, and we can sort of have artists focus on other things that are more important. And I think in many ways with music, as we're kind of coming into the future of that, where I can sort of have an AI give me a bunch of different chord progressions or a bunch of different melodic ideas over a chord progression, or maybe even when I'm in my workstation, I'm writing some chords, it'll detect what I've been writing and composing and suggest different chords to me to come after with what I've already written. Or maybe I can have it analyze a section of a chord melody or a harmony or something like that, and then try to come up with a new variation on it in the next part of the song. And I think if you're a working musician, this can be amazing because now you can finally sort of have a bunch of ideas thrown at you, especially when you have writer's block.
Okay, if you are a music producer watching this video, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about your top 10 albums of all time. Then I want you to ask yourself this question. How many of those songs were written by AI? I bet the answer is zero, if not more than one or two. The producer behind your favorite albums, they are amazing, but they start from nothing too. They were at a point where they struggle to come up with good stuff, and then they work hard. They watch tutorials, they read books, they watch interviews, they spend years of their life practicing their craft, and eventually they become the talented people that they are who make your favorite music. These days, there are a lot of plugins that can generate chords, bass lines, melodies for you. And I've tried a few of them, but I don't see the appeal. Like, why sit there and put in numbers, then hit the generate button and expect a good outcome? Why you can just experiment on your own. Personally, music is a way for me to express my feelings. I have an attachment to everything that I wrote to some degree. So to let an AI who knows nothing about me, my struggle, my personality, my life, to come up with ideas that I somehow have to convince myself that reflects me musically, it's a ridiculous idea. And if you use these tools to make music, would I consider you a fake music producer? No. But I would make fun of you because I can come up with great stuff on my own and put in the effort to do it. But you sit there with your AI plugins and treat making music like a game of dice. But, if you're so good at making music that you would rather do that for 15 to 20 minutes instead of trying to come up with something on your own, you probably don't need my approval anyway. So I gotta say, I'll see you guys in the next video.
You're just a perfection. I can't help but to